Hey, good morning, everyone. On the first Sunday of 2025, I had visited my daughter's church service. Um, the message that the pastor preached, it resonated so deeply in me that I made that my New Year's resolution. Um, um, I made it my thing for this year. And what the lesson mission statement was that first Sunday was, and I think this was his title is I will not be in this same spot next year. Um, that stuck with me. That stuck with me. And it stuck with me because I have been feeling within myself, sort of stagnant. And I think I talked about it before in some of my other messages that I was feeling like the next stage of my ministry was pressuring me to attain it. Now, I don't know what it is. I just feel that it's waiting for me. and and it needs me to attain it. It needs me to get there. Okay. Now, this next stage or movement, I'm not even sure what it looks like. I'm not sure what it sounds like or what it even feels like. I just strongly believe that it's ready and waiting for me to do something. Now, how have any of you ever felt like that? Like your next move in God was pending and you were the holdup. My goodness. So, I moved forward since January. I've been examining, just examining what I'm doing and me and just, trying to get a grasp on this. And I've been praying, to God, and I actually prayed this. I said, God, I feel you are ready for me, but I am not ready for you. Uh, and I asked God these questions, so how do I get there then? You know, and what am I doing that's preventing the change that I'm waiting for? And and I asked him, am I maybe I'm not, maybe am I not doing something that's holding me up? But whatever it is that's holding me up, um, to tell me, and I will do that. And the delay, in that change, in this change, has really created sort of a pressure in my spirit. Now, I know a lot of people they get to that spot. That's not, it's not, I'm not the only one. You know, um, um, you know, sometimes we feel like we are in our own way. El, we feel like we're just in our way. We're just in the way. We're in the way of something. And you know, we get like that. And I remember I've been looking at some of my past messages, and a while back, I don't remember how long ago, but I taught a message about surrendering totally. And in that teaching, I realized surrender has stages to it. It's not something that you wake up on Monday and say, all right, I'm going to surrender. And by Tuesday, you're totally loose from everything that's holding you back. It just can't work like that. I'm sorry. It doesn't. Surrendering requires daily activity. And it's because surrendering requires commitment and dependence. There's something we need to do every single day. Now, there's a there's a wonderful song. I like it, by the Elevation Choir. They sing this. They sing "I Trust in God." I really like that song. I do. Um, in that song, it talks about how God is never failing. Goodness. And it sings about how he does everything right. He does everything perfectly. But what the song does not discuss is that to get there, we must develop something. This week, God gave me the answers to my surrender issue. And he gave me in a form of an equation. And that equation that he gave me, and those of you who hear me, please get this equation. God told me that total trust plus complete faith equals absolute surrender. My goodness. This equation is the source of your change process in God, which is called transition. Transition. That brings us to today's topic or today's lesson title, which is called Transition Stage. Now, my mission statement for today is that we realize that there is a transition stage with changing in God that cannot be avoided. Oh, my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. Let me move forward. I like to be mindful of our time. So let me move forward here. One of my lessons from praise, remember I taught a couple of weeks, maybe a couple of months on praise. And one of those lessons was changing your life through praise. Now, I'm thoroughly engaged with praising God no matter what. No matter what. I want to praise him. I'm going to praise him. And it's because of this determination to praise that I've entered spiritually a new phase in God called a transition stage. Now, I'm going to give you a little bit of background information. The word transition is not found in the King James Bible. There's a reason for that. Synonyms for the word transition are change, shift, switch, alter, alterations. The dictionary description for the word transition, there were several. I just grabbed three. The first one is a period or phase in which such a change or shift is happening. Oh, my goodness. The second one, something that links one state, subject, place, etc. to another connecting part or piece. Last one, to cause something or someone to change or shift from one state, subject, place, etc. to another. Transition. Good God. The word transition, the reason why it's not in the King James Bible, it may be in new translations, but it's not in the King James Bible because the word wasn't established until about the 1870s. So we know that it could not have been in the Old Testament or the New Testament translations, the original ones. But the Hebrew word used in text is called shinui or shinui, however it's pronounced. That word is also translated as change, which is a concept closely related to the word transition. All right. So that word shinui is in text, not in American text, but it's a Hebrew word. Now, transition, I get this. It's a complicated word. And it's complicated, L, because it can't be explained. Ah, you cannot explain what it is. Oh my goodness. You cannot explain when it begins. You cannot explain when it ends. Oh my God. People rarely even know when they are even in a transition. Some are in it and don't even know it. Oh my God. My goodness. The word, now, while the word transition by itself is not explicitly used in the King James Bible, the context of the word is used throughout the Bible. From the creation in Genesis to the completion of power in Revelations, the Bible talks repetitively about transition. It talks about transitioning landscapes. It talks about transitioned minds. It talks about transitioning of hearts. It talks about transitioning of one thoughts process. Transitioning or change, if you like it that better that way, is a constant formula for achieving movement throughout the Bible. Goodness. The word change or changed is used 23 times in the King James Bible. Here's an example of that in Philippians 3:21, where it reads, "Who shall change our vile body, that it may be fashioned like unto his glorious body, according to the working whereby he is able even to subdue all things unto himself." The word change, but it's a they're talking about transitioning something. Oh my goodness. But we're gonna get into that. Probably the closest Bible word that can relate to transition is the word transform. And transformed is found 3 times. That's all. Just 3 times in the King James Bible. And I'm gonna give you another example of that. That's found in Romans 12:2, where it says, "And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is good, and acceptable and perfect will of God." See, I wanted to. I know sometimes I get wordy and explaining things, but I really wanted to establish this because I know people say this. They say God never changes. People say that. When in fact, transitioning is a constant occurrence when it comes to our life in God. So when God may not have to move certain things, we have to move something. We have to transition. We have to change. Oh my God. See, God has always been the author of transition. Oh my goodness. Now, God being all wisdom also, he knows how to transition. He knows when to transition, and he knows why something should transition. Good, my goodness, my goodness. Now, I said earlier that I was feeling, in my spirit, I feel change in my spirit, and I strongly believe, that I am in the transition stage of that change. Oh my goodness. The transitioning stage, if you get this with me here, it can be confusing and complicated. Oh my God, my God. Confusing because we don't even know if we're in it. We don't we don't know. We don't know. We don't know stuff. Oh my God. And it's complicated because it's beyond the scope of our vision. We can't even see it. We can't even recognize it. We can't even feel it. We just have to believe in it. All right. Now that comes with of course surrender. My goodness. It's see, but it's in our transitioning stages. Even though we don't know what it looks like, we don't know what it feels like, it's during our transition stage when our life might take on a whole new direction. Oh my goodness, by force. Oh my goodness. And something may come up that we never even saw coming. Oh my goodness. In the transition stage, we might encounter some of the toughest opposition we ever faced in our lives. Oh my goodness. We may be talked about unfavorably in our transition stage. Good God. Those who do not like us may come out in the open during our transition stage. And as we continue to praise God, yet we must go through the transition stages and surrender to the changes in our lives that God is doing in our lives. And but our constant is to always remember the equation. And while you're in transition stage, good God. And like I said, you don't know if you're in it, but if you feel like something's going on like that, if you feel like new things are popping up, where did this come from? Oh my goodness. If you feel like, why is this happening? My goodness. You might be in a transition stage. Goodness. So if you feel like it, remember the equation. Total trust plus complete faith equals absolute surrender. I'm going to read real quickly from the MSG Bible, Ephesians 4. I'm going to read 20 to the 24th verse. And it reads, but that's no life for you. You learned Christ. My assumption is that you have paid careful attention to him, been well instructed in the truth precisely as we have it in Jesus. Since then, we do not have the excuse of ignorance. Everything I do, and I do mean everything, connected with that old way of life has to go. Oh my goodness. It is rotten through and through. Get rid of it and then take on an entirely new way of life, a God fashioned life, a life renewed from the inside and working itself into your conduct as God accurately reproduces his character in you. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Transitioning. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Transitioning. Oh my God. See, transition is inevitable. Well, you can't do anything about it. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. If you spend time with God, you will have to change. Oh my goodness. My goodness. You will move from one place to another in your ministries, in your relationships, in your locations, and even in your knowledge regarding God. And the journey from one point to the other is called transition stage. Oh my goodness. The transition stage is it's inconsistent. It's an inconsistent phase. And it's inconsistent because when you're in it, nothing seems to make sense. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Doors become closed that seem to have been solid for me before. Oh my goodness. Pathways open up in areas that you never would have expected it. Oh my God. These inconsistencies might cause us to question our momentum in God. Oh my goodness. We'll ask God, we'll say, Father, are you sure I'm doing the right thing? Just don't look right. Oh my goodness. We'll ask him, we'll say, Father, why did that door close up? Why did she turn away from me? Why did he turn his back on me? My goodness, when they've been so reliable before. My goodness. Oh my goodness. See, these are the things that come up during the transition stage. Oh my God. But rest assured, don't worry about it. God has a purpose for the transition stage. My goodness. NIV Bible. Jeremiah 29:11 reads, For I know the plans. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Oh my God. Oh my God, my God. See, we don't know. We don't know what God has planned for us, though. We we only trust and believe that it's for our good. Oh my goodness. We are, you know, I talked about the Fred Hammond song, While We Are Here in Our Praise. Oh my goodness. Just keep holding on to the equation. Total trust. Oh my goodness. Complete faith equals absolute surrender. It works like that. It's see, in my transition stage, I cry out, Father, I totally trust you. I totally trust you. Doors are closing all over the place. I totally trust you. Oh my goodness. In my transition stage, I call to the Father and I say, I have complete faith, not some faith, that you can do some things. I have complete faith that you can do all things. Oh my goodness. And that will, in my transition stage, equal my absolute surrender in whatever's happening around me. My goodness. Walls are falling around me. I don't care. Oh my goodness. I've surrendered. They don't like me. It's all right. I've surrendered. Oh my goodness. And that has to happen in the transition stage. Yeah. My goodness. It has to happen while you're transitioning. It's not going to happen when you completely change because it's done by then. Yeah. It's got to happen in transition. Oh my goodness, my goodness. Let me move on here. Donald Lawrence has a song I really like by him. It's called entitled "God, You Are My God." Uh, Natalie Grant sings it for him, and some of the words in it are, "I will forever give you praise, praise, goodness, honor, and celebrate your name, God of the past, present, and who is to come. God, you are my God." But my favorite verse in the song, oh my goodness, my favorite verse is, "God of decisions, creator of answers, who ordained my way, through my transition, held my position. God, you are my God." Oh my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. Although, see, we don't see everything that's happening. We don't see it. But we know that God has a plan for us from Jeremiah 29:11. But for us to get to the plan, we have to go through transition. Oh my goodness. But don't worry about that, because even though we don't see the end of events, we know that God will hold whatever the position is until we complete the transition stage. Oh my God. It won't get away from us. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Even though sometimes it seems like we're taking too long, like we're not reaching it. Whatever the new thing is, God is going to hold it in place. Oh my God, for us until He makes us ready. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The King James Bible, Job 14:4 reads, "All the days of my appointed time, I will wait until my change comes." See, I really want to encourage you today by letting you know that your future will not get away from you. Oh my God. God is in control. Nothing can escape your inevitable change, not even the transition stage. Oh my God. Be blessed. Oh, I'm sorry, minister. Be blessed, be blessed, be blessed. If you're in transition, remember, oh my God, remember, total trust plus complete faith equals absolute surrender. And you have to go through that transition stage to get to your change. Be blessed. I will talk to you again next week. Oh.